Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 15 of Musings of a Guild Leader. My name is Senda, as it is every single week, and this week I have some interesting updates again. So, let's dive right in. First of all, some news about the guild. We're really doing good, again. If you watched episode 14, you noticed that we were in a bit of a tough spot. We got out of that. I'm really happy about that, and everything is rolling along smoothly again. To coincide with this, just have a few general updates. Let's see, got a post here. First of all, we have someone in the guild who has quite a lot of reputations at Exalted. There's a few actually. There's Wark, there's Minx, and they're working on all sorts of things. The funny thing is, Warkwak, one of our tanks, actually managed to get every single goblin in reputation to Exalted. So not only is he like a Bloodsoul Admiral, he has every goblin reputation at Exalted, and he's like friends with everyone. It's silly. To coincide with this, there's some news about our achievement runs that we're doing every single Saturday. We got to a point where we have nearly every guild run there is, right, of a lower level completed. And consequently, there's not a whole lot left to do where you do a run on an achievement night and bam, you get an achievement for it. So what we're doing right now is we're doing stuff like Black Temple, Still Molten Core, Sunwell and everything for rep. So we get some more people with the appropriate reps, so we can get that really cool guild achievement where you have 55 reputations at Exalted within your guild, which is really nice. And we're actually getting there. Raiding is doing really well again. I'm really pleased about that. We managed to down the first 3 bosses in Blackwing Descent so far, and we're going to go into what's it called again? In the Twilight Highlands. The Bastion of Twilight, and that's going to be interesting as well. So far actually, the raid leader we have, who is Swintilla, actually said, look, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on one first, so we're not going to go to the other 2 raids. We're just going to go to Blackwing Descent first and down some bosses in there, learn how it works, see how far we can progress until we hit sort of the proverbial brick wall, and then we'll go into other stuff. Now we're getting to a point where it's actually getting very, very interesting. We downed Magma, the Omnitron defense system, and Maloriak, working on Atramedes, and then Chimeron. Once we've downed those 2, which should happen very soon, we're going to go into the Bastion of Twilight and see how far we can get in there. And then we're going to go from there. So it's actually really interesting to see people within your guild doing this sort of long-term planning. And there's always reasons behind it, and it's funny to see them doing the sort of stuff you're doing yourself normally, but then on a somewhat smaller scale and telling everyone in the guild about it, because you know it really solidifies the amount of information available to your guildies and make sure everyone knows where they're going, which is really nice. Something that's really helping in that regard is our new website, and I have to step up here again and say it again and again and again. Thank you, Sarah, for making us this awesome new website. In case you guys out there haven't noticed yet, we have a new website. It's at intrepid-society.com. Go there, it's amazingly well done. Lots of artwork, lots of really cool special textures that she made for our website. It's completely custom, it's unlike anything you've seen before, and it's us. It really is. It's a perfect representation of our guild, and it's awesome. To coincide with that, we got a new forum as well, which links into the new website. Everything takes place there, really. We promote our guildies to go sign up for the forum. All the information is there, we can find it. And with that, I'm sort of rolling into the main theme for this episode of this week. It's going to be a somewhat shorter episode than others. For a reason, I want to see if I can make this episode shorter, to see if that removes all the access work for Tyne, who is our famous editor, who toils endlessly week after week to try and make sure that these episodes actually come live and everything. And the biggest problem we had last week was it was so long that we had audio syncing issues, and as a consequence, you know, the episodes are just not that awesome, and they deserve to be better. So I'm going to make them shorter and see how that works. Now, main theme for this week is usability, and it's a fun one because it's not some topic that you actually actively think about most of the time. And yeah, usability. What exactly do I mean with usability? It's actually, when you think about why World of Warcraft as a game is so successful, it's basically down to the fact that the people who design World of Warcraft did it with usability in the back of their minds. And usability is really when you play a game or use something, it's really intuitive into how it works. So everything is apparent to you in an instant. You don't have to browse through a complete guide to figure out how everything works. It comes very natural. So when you log into the game, I mean, sure, there's help channels and everything, but there's an attack button. What does it do? You attack with it. It's pretty easy. Everything does what it says on the label. It's pretty intuitive what you have to do within the game. If you're a mage, it's pretty intuitive that you want to be at range and cast a frostbolt in their face. They bring stuff to you in steps, obviously, and they really improved the tutorials and everything else that links into the leveling system, and that when you get a new spell available, you go to the trainer and it actually says now in game and everything. But all of that links into the fact that WoW, in essence, is a really intuitive game to play. It really does what it says on the tin, and it sort of guides you through without you actually knowing you're being guided through, because it's your brain doing that. It doesn't take a whole lot of brain work to figure out how the game works, and that's a really good thing. That's what makes WoW so successful. The same principle can actually be applied to something like a guild website, and I strongly encourage everyone out there that has a guild website of their own and a forum to really look at your forum and guild website again, and in the back of your mind keep the mindset of usability. Because I did that with our website, our guild, and our forum, and I was like, is everything as intuitive as it could be? Or should I say should be? Because end of the day, what you want for your guild, if you have a website and a forum, is you want people to log in, make an account, and actively participate in all the stuff that's going on there. And the only way you're going to do that is by making it as easy as possible for them to participate in everything. And making it intuitive and really easy is the only way you're going to accomplish that. So, basic situation. Arctic Flame, Sarah, who is our webmistress, made the new forum. Website is intuitive, it's really easy, it ticks all the buttons and has a few subforms and everything, and you click and it's all very clear and apparent. So that's good. Skipping right on to the forum. The starting situation was one where we had a few forums on the open bit, where everyone can see what's going on within our guild. It's like guild notices, like this is the amount of bosses that we killed, this is how our recruitment works. There's a recruitment forum, obviously, and there's a bit with guides. So if I write a guide for the Magma encounter, which I did, it's on there. Go look at it. It's funny and it's informative. So that's all really good. But then you get to the closed section of our forums, and it turned out we had about 12 subforums, ranging from a notice board for events, a notice board for the guild itself, a notice board for the website, a guild discussion forum. And I was looking over it and all of that stuff, and I was thinking to myself, there's a lot of stuff here that you can shove together into one subforum. So I went over the entire list and basically compiled a list for Sarah, saying, look, why don't you look at it again and go like, we can take this subforum and that subforum and make them into one subforum, because really the only thing that's useful in this one subforum is the one post in there with information, but you can put that in the other subforum and then make it a sticky, and that's it. It's fine, because everyone can still find it. What it does, end of the day, is you make your forum smaller. At least that's how it looks. It looks smaller and it looks easier to navigate. And by doing so, you promote to your guildies a sense of ease when they're going onto the forum. Because imagine you're a completely new guildie, you're logging onto your guild website for the first time, you find out there's 12 subforums. You're like, whoa, where the hell do I post everything? You want to avoid that. You want to give them a sense of ease, a sense of security in the fact that it's all easy, it's accessible, you can all see it on one page, you don't have to scroll down 5 miles when you're in your browser to find out what subforum is the one you have to post your stuff in. You all see it in one glance of the eye, and that's what you want. You want it easy. So yeah, how do you guys out there do it with your forums? Are you using this sort of mindset of usability in it? I'd love to hear it. And with that, I've come to the end of my rant for this week, and I shall see you all the next week.